First of all, NiKo, we'll talk on the positives here. Ancient was monstrous from you. You must have really enjoyed that moment.
Yeah, it's been a while since I had
He looks like sweating.
performance, but yeah, it was a good game by the team and by myself. We felt good and confident going into Ancient, so it helped.
Yeah.
Well, you want to talk about Ancient because that was a good moment for you. I want to talk about Nuke. Like, what the hell was this game? Was it that crazy to live as it was crazy to watch for us?
It was pretty crazy. I think, like, we're just not used to play against this such a play style that they're playing. They're playing very slow, and usually like we're a very proactive team. And when you play against such a slow play style, they just like wait and punish you. So that was maybe not the best from our side, but yeah, we had a good T-side towards the end. Ilya had some good rounds as well. So happy with the win, but we did expect it to be a bit easier after Ancient. But props to them, they played really good and just very tough last two maps.
And just to stay on the mental aspect of it, how was it to bounce back from the Hooksy ridiculous clutch? Well, obviously they don't just realize where the bomb is, into they sort of ninja you in 2v3. Like how is the emotional roller coaster of these rounds being so close? Like how do you come out at the end of it? You just laugh it off? Like how do you deal with it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know like what was the gap between those rounds.
It was pretty close.
12-9,
like
and then it was like 12-11.
It was very close.
Yeah, I mean, when we won the round, we were laughing.
We broke
Actually, when we lost as well, we were just laughing, like because you can't just get really mad about it, and that was just a good idea by them as well. We first thought like because we had one guy close, but we didn't expect them both to go for it. So they did a really good, like. In that certain moment, the idea was very good by them. So, yeah.
It was very good in the end. It was a bit of madness from start to finish. Your Inferno, though, I want to talk on this a little bit because we've seen you guys start struggling it more recently. But why do you think that is? What woes are you having right now?
As I said, I think we were too proactive versus them on our city side. This side we played pretty good, but on city side we always try to like go for info play, go a bit further instead of just like sitting back and just let them come, you know, and we try to kill them. But we always try to do something, and then they just fall like sitting, like at 30 seconds he's around next, he's just holding like both mid and B, and he's just like punishing everything. So it was just very different play style on Inferno that we played against, and that was probably the biggest reason. But like we still should have won that game. I mean, I'm not saying that like we.
No, you won the game. You definitely won the game. I get what you mean. So.
They just played very good. Our Inferno is not looking like it was at the major, for example, but it just I feel like the CT side is changing a lot, and we struggle a lot on CT side, and I think teams in general like have harder times on CT nowadays. So we just kind of need to find a way that we get consistently like 8+ rounds on CT side, and that's gonna make our life easier.
You mentioned the word consistent, and at the beginning of the interview, you also said after map 1, maybe you thought it'd be a little easier down the road. And from the outside, it also feels like the highs of G2 are so high that you sometimes struggle to deal with the low. Is that a story that we're making up in our mind? Or do you also feel as a player like when you have a game that is just that easy, it becomes a little harder to then, you know, get dirty and fight in hard games?
Honestly, I don't think I have an answer to that. I don't really know if that's the case. Maybe it is. Maybe you guys see a bit better from outside. And us from inside, like we're just focused on the game, and it's just difficult. It's just difficult to play, and I don't know. We just have to look at our Inferno mostly and just figure it out. I don't know if you have too many problems like closing out the games. I mean, it did happen against FaZe that like we won Ancient and then we struggled again on Inferno, but I think what happened against FaZe that like we're not ready for too much aggression, whilst against Imperial, we were too aggressive ourselves, I feel like. So it's two very different games, but like if you want to be the best team on this map, like we have to have solutions for every playstyle that we are facing against. So we just have to step up and just try to find something that's good against the playstyle that we are facing against.
Well, one final question from me here, NiKo, is on the fact that you're talking about this mentality. He was asking about it as well. How much is it different when you've got someone like Edward here and events like this where I haven't seen him with you here?
I mean, yeah, Edward is not with us at this event, but like we just kind of do the same thing even though when he's not here. Like we still try to like do something that we're doing when he's here. So we just try to not change too much, even though he's not here. So, but he just helps like to get kind of mentally ready into the game. That like everyone is positive, everyone is on the same page, everyone is just feeling confident and so on. So we try to do it without him, but obviously he's the guy for it. So when he's not there, it's just kind of hard to replace him, you know. So, but yeah.
Well, it does mean he's doing a good job, that's for sure.